Okay, story time. A while ago, I was at our local shopping center searching for a birthday gift. What I found instead were some pastel acrylic markers to the unbeatable price of 5 euros, which means that each marker costs about 62 cents. I was shook with how quickly something inside of me literally jumped in excitement when I found them. Because at this time I was still in a little art rut and working hard to get out of the funk. But those pens triggered something inside of me, begging me to buy and use them immediately. And because I have no impulse control when it comes to stationaries, I took them home with me. That's when I realized I had no idea what I should draw with them. Never ever had I used acrylic markers before. Yes, I saw other artists use them, but I had no experience myself whatsoever. So I did what every artist would do. I started with a swatch. And while I was testing and trying, I was pleasantly surprised because I really liked what I got there. I mean, yes, the markers look and feel really cheap and would probably rip apart thinner paper if layered too much, but the colors were really pigmented and did nearly exactly match the caps, which is always a plus. So for $5, those were really nice markers. I could work with this. And because I am who I am, I started mapping out a pretty graphic nature scene with dramatic clouds and foliage. Maybe this was a little over the top for my first attempt at using such markers, but damn me, it was fun. And even though it looks hideous in the beginning, as soon as I was through the ugly phase and had all the colors on the page, it started to actually look like something I could be proud of. And let me tell you, it was quite challenging to get at least a bit of contrast in this piece, but somehow I really like it. It is so completely out of my style, and without the markers, I might never have experienced this side of my style. It was indeed a happy little accident. And this really proves to me that when it comes to art, it's not about the materials you have in your hand, but the tools you collected in your head. I don't even mean actual skill, but experience. No matter if we like the end result or not, with every drawing we gain experience. Experience that really comes in handy the next time we pick up the pencil. Don't get me wrong, I love to buy overpriced and really expensive fancy art supplies. But if we are honest, we know that we don't need that. Art can be made with a free IKEA pencil. And art can be made at a multi-$1,000 art station. That's because art is, by definition, the expression of the artist and not dependent on the medium he chooses to communicate. And artists use whatever they have on hand to create art. Clay, their voice, a pencil, a guitar, fabric. The possibilities are endless. Therefore, only the quality of the artist can and will determine the potential of an art piece, not the materials, which is good and bad news, because it means that no matter how limited or unlimited your access to financial resources is, no matter how much money is or is not available to you, everyone has the chance to create great art, which is fantastic. I love that. And on the other hand, we have the bitter truth not everyone might want to hear. Because this also means if you're not satisfied with the result you get, buying fancier materials will not solve your problem right away. It might make things easier, it might reduce the struggle, but it's not the answer. The quality of your art is only determined by the time and effort you are willing to invest in it. And if you're not ready to reap the rewards, because to learn more about art is way more beneficial than you might believe. Learning to draw means learning to see things more clearly. It's so much more than just to look with your eyes. It's analyzing and decomposing and recognizing patterns. It means recreating what we see right now, repeating what we experienced in the past, and giving shape to whatever ideas and visions are still untouched in our heads. Maybe that's why there has always been art, and there will always be art made by the hands of artists. It's not only about having ideas, but about making ideas happen. It means to grow beyond and surpassing yourself every day for the sake of your art. And to keep growing means to try something new, to challenge yourself once in a while, to learn from mistakes and move on to the next drawing. It means to never give up. Even if you only draw garbage one day, at least you will now know that you won't try this approach again. That this is not the way to success. And this knowledge is also worth something, believe me. Maybe try it one step at a time. If you love to draw frogs, but want to learn how to draw water or environments, why not combine the two in an easy composition? This way you would still, to some extent at least, try something new, but you would also have something to look forward to the entire time. I know to try something new is scary sometimes, but adding a layer of comfort might give you a feeling of calmness and security that you need to get started. This also goes with art mediums and art styles. Don't just draw with your pencil for the next 30 years just because you're comfortable with that. Try acrylics, try gouache, try watercolors, try digital painting, try alcohol markers, try colored pencils and crayons. Try as much different things as you can. Even if it's just for a day. Borrow that thing, buy it secondhand, get that cheap brand. It's more than enough if you just want to try, if you like this or not. You don't have to commit. Just let the inner child in you experience all art mediums in its differing beauty. Maybe you will always go back to your pencil after a crazy painting session, and that's okay. You can have your favorite art medium. I certainly have mine, and I need their comfort once in a while, because we don't have to master them all. But maybe you can pick up one or two other things along the way that also make fun, that might even make more fun. It's just like food. If you don't try it, you will never know if you like it or not. Maybe you hated tomatoes all your life. Maybe you will hate tomatoes all your life. But you will never know if tomatoes are maybe not so bad after all if you never give them a second chance. Try something different today and see what this does to your creativity. Do it mindlessly, without expectations, without a guide. Just try it with whatever intention feels right in this moment and see what happens. Create something today, even if it sucks, and learn from it. At the end of the day, your creativity is nothing stagnant. It's constantly in motion, flowing and growing. To go with the flow and try something new is what makes it seem endless. Because to live a creative life, we must lose our fear of being wrong. And even if what you did today or what you did all your life looks wrong to you, even if you're unsatisfied with the results, I think you should keep going, just to see what happens if you don't give up. And with these wise words, I thank you for making it this far into the video. If you liked it, please consider sharing it with someone who needs to hear this, save it for later, or just give it a thumbs up. It really helps me out. Don't miss my next video by subscribing to my channel. Thank you for watching and listening. And until next time, keep drawing.
Cause you're on my mind and I can't sleep tight. And I know that we're talking night, but it's not that type I want you to love. Cause I'm fed up, I can never be enough for you. Oh, I'm fed up of the